for joining us this week on MSU Inside Out. I'm one of your hosts, Jamie Council.
And I'm your other host, I'm Mariah Zabak. We have a really great show for you guys today. I am especially looking forward to an interview with our own Dr. Fuller with Jamie.
Well, that was very confusing. I am interviewing Dr. Fuller, and Mariah's actually interviewing our very own homecoming queen. Probably a face that's known around campus now, so that's really interesting, along with all of the homecoming festivities. And it all ends with actually a football game on Saturday after the parade, so that's really exciting. And I know our very own sportsman, Jesse, is going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, Jamie, like you said, it is homecoming week, and there is a lot going on, and the big event is the football game. So I'll get to that right away.
All right.
The Minot State University football team is back home again this weekend after a tough loss to Southwest Minnesota State. MSU will play host to Winona State Warriors this Saturday. The Beavers look to stay perfect at home while the Warriors are searching for their first win on the road. Both teams will be entering the game with a record of 1-2. Coach Paul Rudolph says a big key to the game will be overcoming what has probably been their biggest issue in games this season.
Well, we got to start better. There's no doubt about that. I don't know what the answer is on that thing. We've been changing up a few things how we practice this week, but no doubt you got to start better.
The Beavers have fallen behind in every game, giving up first quarter scores to all three opponents. Now they look to not only start fast, but also avoid a lot of hype that a homecoming week can bring. Rudolph isn't concerned about all the events leading up to the game. For the football team, it's just business as usual.
You know, homecoming for us, we don't even bring it up. It's a football game on the schedule, you know, and it's great to have all the alumni back and things of that nature, but it doesn't change the way we operate things.
All right, thanks, Coach. Game time is set for 1:30 at Herb Parker Stadium. The parade will begin at 10:30 a.m. and tailgating will follow at 11:30. The Minot State men's hockey team had its first home game last Friday against Briarcrest College Clippers. The Beavers snuck away with a 2-0 win with a couple of third-period goals. It started with junior captain Mike Jordan scoring 7 minutes into the period. Junior transfer Chasen Dobransky secured the win by making the score 2-0. The Beavers also played the Clippers Saturday night. MSU had a 4-0 victory, giving goalie Wyatt Waslinchuk 2 shutouts on the weekend. Jamie Council interviewed the Beavers head coach after their victory Saturday night.
I'm here with head coach Jagier after the Beavers 4-0 win over the Briarcrest Clippers. Coach, what do you have to say for the game?
It was exciting. We didn't play very well in the first period, and we made a few mistakes with just the way we handled our systems and the way we had our transition game. But our second period, the boys just were determined. They outworked them in a lot of offensive zone situations, and they were rewarded with their hard work, and that's the exciting part. And then all of a sudden you get a key defenseman, Bob Pond, who scores his first ever goal as a Beaver, and I'm just proud of the way he was able to jump in and be rewarded.
And then what are your overall thoughts on the series, just kind of seeing all the players, especially focusing on the freshmen, all the new guys that you haven't seen for a full year?
Yeah, it shows that we got a lot of work to do. We certainly have some holes and mistakes and things like that we need to fine-tune, but we're going to have to be ready to go, because in 2 weeks, 14th ranked UCO is coming, and they're going to be hungry. And we knocked them out of the national tournament last year, and so we're going to have to be ready with all guys playing in full cylinders, and that's going to be the exciting part.
Moving forward, what are the key components that you want to work on?
Just making sure we tighten things up on our D zone. Offensively, we know we can score goals, but defensively, we just need to make sure that we're in the right position. And even though we had back-to-back shutouts, White had to make some huge saves for us because we had some breakdowns, and so we need to fine-tune some stuff there, and just work on some line combinations, and then obviously work on our power play. We're going to really have to work on our special teams.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, Coach, and congrats on the win.
Thank you very much, Jamie.
The Beavers will be back in action next weekend. The Minot State volleyball team hosted their rival University of Mary on Tuesday. The Beavers fell behind, losing the first set, but they would come back here as Tara Dobovich's kill is set up by Emily Byrne. Now the Marauders would try to fight back, and they would try to answer, but Erin Davis is there to stuff that attempt. Then later the ball is tossed around for a while for a long volley, and Jen Dixon is able to set one up for Mallory Sal, whose spike was just too much for the University of Mary to handle. Later, Lauren Dunkel provided the ace that is able to propel the team to victory. The Beavers would go on to take the match 3-1. The Minot State soccer team brings their 1-2-2 record home Friday and Sunday. Tomorrow's game is against Winona State, and Sunday they will host Upper Iowa. Both games will be held at Herb Parker Stadium. Now the men's golf team is preparing for their fall championship. The Beavers will play their first 2 rounds of the 4-round tournament on Monday and Tuesday in Brainerd, Minnesota. Now, Jamie, that is all I have for you today. As I can see, you have a very well-dressed special guest, so I'll send it over to you.
He is very well dressed. Well, thank you so much. The well-dressed man that's sitting right here with me is actually our very own president of Minot State University, Dr. Fuller. He's in his, is it your 14th year? 10th year. 10th year. Yeah, since 2004. That's right.
That's right.
So you're actually retiring this year. So what made you decide that this is the year to retire?
Well, we've accomplished a lot. We're finished with our Vision 2013 goal. We've done a lot of stuff on campus, and this is a time probably to step away and let somebody else come in. But I'm very proud of my tenure here. It's been a fun time, and looking forward to welcoming in another person.
You're being very humble, saying that, you're very proud of. I mean, there's a long list of things you helped. I mean, you've been here in only your 10 years, there's been a jump to Division II for athletics, power center, support centers on campus, Swain Hall, a $13 million overhaul, and then not to mention the video board. And so I know in your opening address, I actually have a quote from you.
Oh, yeah?
Yep,
Okay.
taking you back. If students are nurtured, they have the potential for growth, then we should expect wonders. So are there any, because I mean, those were just the ones I found right online, but what is your greatest growth accomplishment, would you say, in your 10 years?
Yeah. Well, there are many things that have happened. I think the quote you read is one that is close to me, because what it does, it suggests that we really have to pay attention to our students and help them make it. Hold hands when necessary, show them that we care about their support. The Power Center that you mentioned, what we've been trying to do to help people make it in their classrooms through advising and other things. I think generally our campus has really shown that we care about student success and care about them making it. So that's what I'm proud of.
Well, I'm very proud of it too. You mentioned, I guess, that you have figuratively been holding my hand, because I know the CETL office, I have an internship through them. So, and then the Wellness Center, I work there, and I'm part of the soccer team because it was Division II. So if it weren't for you, technically I wouldn't even be here.
Well, see, I had real success here. That's good, Jamie, for sure.
And then, I know you've been busy with the Centennial. You've been planning it for years, actually. And so what is, can you just tell me a little bit about when you started the Centennial process and some main highlights of it?
Yeah, that's a good question. We knew the Centennial was coming up some time ago, and so we've been having a steering committee working on this for 3 or 4 years. You asked me earlier about the beaver sculpture. We had been trying to think about how do we get a sculpture commissioned 3 years ago, and the other day we unveiled it, and it's a beautiful sculpture. I mean, it represents who we are and where we are. The beaver to me is a very proud mascot, and it's right in the opening of 11th Avenue when we're opening 11th, so that people can drive right through our campus. So that's a nice part about our Centennial. Other things that we're doing clearly are working at Herb Parker Stadium. The parade is coming up. We're going to be dealing with that.
And
the video board, and that's much respect to Rick Hedberg's efforts to get that put together. And there's a lot of things on campus that show that we care about student engagement, care about their welfare. The Wellness Center. It's a great place for students to go and stay active. So
it's awesome. I like how it's called the Wellness Center, not just the gym or the fitness center. It's actually a wellness center that we provide, services, and we're working on getting personal training in there. A little side, but talking about the homecoming parade, what are you most looking forward to on Saturday?
Well, my wife and I have been honored to be the grand marshals of the parade. I've never been a grand marshal before, so I'm not sure what I'm to expect. But we're very humbled by that, and I've practiced my waving and making sure that we acknowledge people and thank them for that honor.
Just remember, elbow,
Elbow,
wrist,
elbow? Okay,
wrist.
all right.
Touch your pearls and blow a kiss.
Okay, well, I'll come for some more guidance here about how I do that. But there are 80 participants in the
Yep, I think
in the
there's
parade.
74 because we're number 73. But we're all out of time. But I just want to really thank you again for joining me here today. I'm really looking forward to it, and congratulations on the centennial. It's coming together great.
Yeah.
And so actually the football game is also on Saturday.
That's right.
And we have Kyler at the Dome with senior football player Josh Zimmer. So I think we're going to take it over to the Dome now. Kyler?
Thanks, Jamie. I'm here with Josh Zimmer. Josh is the defensive end for the Minot State football team. Thanks for joining us today, Josh.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you came to Minot State on a football scholarship. Tell me a little about what football has meant to you, not only at Minot State, but also at just throughout your whole life.
Well, football has been my life. I remember ever since I was probably about 2 or 3, having a football in my hand, running around and playing with my dad. And then once my brother was born, when he got old enough, playing around with him. And that was just something that I've, grown to do and I've grown to love. And so it's basically been a part of my life ever since I can remember.
All right, yeah. So what goes into the everyday, daily life of a football player?
Well, the daily life of a college football player is, first, you need to get your sleep. You need to get a solid amount of sleep. But, you're a student first. That's why we're called student athletes. So, we got to do good in school. And then, as far as game planning goes, we watch a lot of film, take care of our bodies, and then practice. And that's basically the everyday life. We just, as much as we can, we just get into the game.
Okay, so I know you play pretty hard out there on the field, and I think last year you had a shoulder injury. Is that still bugging you, or?
No, the shoulder's fine. I'm ready to rock, and it's my senior year, so I'm ready to do the best I can to bring a good season here. So.
Okay, I was talking to you a little bit earlier about what you do in the locker room, and you were talking about how you guys were watching a movie. Is that basically your second home?
Yeah, that's basically our second home. That's the easiest way you can put it. Whenever we don't have class or whenever we don't have meetings or we're not at practice, we're literally hanging out in there. Somebody brings their HDMI cord and we'll hook it up and watch Netflix and, just, BS and talk and just have as much fun as we possibly can. It's a joy to be around the guys, and we have to learn to like each other, and it's basically family in there. So we're all brothers.
That's good attitude there. So this weekend you guys play Winona State for the homecoming game. Because you're a senior, this will be your last homecoming game. How do you want to go out?
Obviously I want to go out on top, but we just got to come ready to play. They're a solid football team. They were picked third to finish in the conference, so that means they're pretty darn good. Offensively, they got some things that we've seen before when we were in the DAC, but not as much as Division II. And they got a pretty solid defense, but if we protect the ball and do everything like that, we should be good to go.
Okay, sounds good. Josh, looks like you're about ready to go to practice here, so we'll wrap it up. Once again, that's Josh Zimmer. He's defensive end for the Minot State football team. You can catch Josh Saturday at Herb Parker Stadium at 1:30 p.m. And thanks for joining us, and good luck at the game on Saturday.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Kyler. So, great interview with Josh Zimmer there, a senior, actually a broadcast major. And, we have still plenty left to go in the show, don't we?
Yeah, we're about to go on our little break here, but we have a lot for you guys to look forward to, and stick around. We have an interview with some homecoming royalty. I get to talk to
Tiffany Jagger, to be exact.
Tiffany Jagger, to be exact.
Spoiler alert.
So we have a homecoming queen, Tiffany Jagger, here with us, so that's exciting. We also have Bridget with news talking about some interesting sculptures that we have. I know you talked to Dr. Fuller about that.
With Fuller. They had the unveiling. I think it was on
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep. So Bridget got an inside look at the Beaver revealing, and we also get to know what kind of clothes we got to wear this weekend for homecoming, with Chris Capps going to tell us how chilly it's going to be. So we will be back right after this break.
Thank you to our underwriters.
And we are back with MSU Inside Out. I'm Mariah, your host, and I am here with some homecoming royalty, Tiffany Jagger. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
You are so welcome. As you guys know, homecoming has been going on all last week, voting, coronation, campaigning, and Tiffany is an RHD of Cook Hall, a dorm here on campus, and she was nominated from her group to be a homecoming princess, and now she is our queen. So can you tell me a little bit about the nomination process, like how your club came to decide you to be your nominee?
I guess it was kind of a volunteer basis. We only have a few seniors, and 4 to be exact, and only 2 of us were willing to do it. So in the past, we've always had homecoming candidates in residence life and housing, and since we volunteered, I guess we just got nominated to do it.
So what kind of stuff did you do to campaign for it? I know I saw posters everywhere, sidewalk chalk, like you and your king, Gary Heitkamp. It's so cool that you guys won together because all these people run from their group, and not all the time is you get 2 people from the same group winning king and queen. So that's a really cool deal. So what kind of stuff did you guys do to campaign?
We really tried to associate the name with the face just to get that out there so they know who we are around campus, and really we're the first people that residents see when they check into the building, and we have that constant interaction throughout the semester, and we just really tried to initiate that communication with all the students. We kind of took over the residence halls since we are the main people in there, and we put posters up everywhere, outside, in bathroom stalls, you name it. We had our faces in there. It was kind of scary to see Gary's hairy face all the time. It was a lot of fun.
It sounds like so much fun. And you and Gary are pretty close friends, right?
We weren't at first, but I guess it's evolved over time.
Yeah. So how did you feel? You were coronated queen in front of everyone at the block party. Like, what was going through your head? Like, standing up there in your dress in front of everybody, what were you thinking?
It was really unexpected. I guess it was there was an awkward moment there. We were expected to have a speech prepared, and I was really nervous about that, but that never happened. I didn't know if I was supposed to congratulate everybody else, or if I was just supposed to stand there and look pretty, and it turned out I was just supposed to stand there.
That's funny. So you have got to be involved with a ton of cool things leading up to this event. There's a homecoming dance tonight. I'm sure you have to make an appearance. But one thing I just found out, this is really cool. She got to go to a try it before you buy it, and she was a little liaison for that. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, KMOT contacted Camilla Van Dyke, the residence life coordinator, and asked her for a student to try it's a microwave container, and it's just you try it before you buy it, as the title implies, to see if it would be applicable to college students. So we did a little blip on if this would be something that college students would buy, and it was a lot of fun, and that aired last week. I was really nervous for that, but it turned out all right.
Was it live or pre-recorded?
Pre-recorded.
That's always better. Live is always a little nerve-wracking. So do you feel any different now that you're queen?
Not so much. I guess just a lot more attention. Usually I'm a wallflower, and I live by the motto, do what scares you. So this is something that I had to do to put myself out there and really test my boundaries.
Well, congratulations. You deserve it. Tiffany was my RA my freshman year, so we go way back, kind of, and I just know that you're a wonderful person. So congratulations, and thank you so much for being with us. Yep. Along with homecoming, along with everything going on, we have the centennial coming up. That's really, really exciting. Bridget, you've been all about it. You went to the Beaver Revealing.
I did. I went there, and I was also at the block party, which happened last weekend. Saw you get coordinated. It was lovely. You looked great too, by the way. Thank you.
So can you tell me a little bit about the block party?
Absolutely. Let's get right in it. Excitement is still in the air with Minot State University's community block party turnout last weekend. Children and adults of all ages came out to support one of this year's 84th homecoming activities. Face painting, door prizes, and coronation were just a few events, creating family fun and high attendance numbers. More homecoming festivities continue into this weekend with the parade starting at 10:30 on Saturday, September 28th. For more information, you can go online to minotstateu.edu. Freshman 10 is a series of 10-minute plays performed each year by freshman theater students. This year, Elizabeth Ham takes us behind the scenes to get an inside scoop on the event.
War, family ties, and a cat were the main focus of this year's Freshman 10. Students new to Minot State and the theater department took part in this annual event to showcase original work by upperclassmen. One of these new students, Annika Kraft, took the opportunity to polish her acting skills after working hard during summer theater and find Freshman 10 to be a great experience.
In Freshman 10, you get more of like a bigger role, whereas in summer theater I'd basically be in the ensemble, but in here you get the experience of being like the lead role, even if it's just for 10 minutes.
One of the directors of the night, Corey Burke, says the Freshman 10 gives a unique opportunity to actors, writers, and directors.
It's a 10-minute production, so you have a lot more time to focus on every little moment, but then we also only did it in 2 weeks, so you have to learn all the lines and get everything down and done very quickly.
For MSU Inside Out, I'm Elizabeth Ham.
That's a wrap for this year's Freshman 10, but the theater department plans on coming back even bigger and better next year. And as Mariah mentioned earlier, I was at the Beaver unveiling, and in honor of this year's centennial celebration, Minot State University unveiled a 10-foot beaver statue. The MSU Alumni Board of Directors accepted the Power of 100 challenge and funded this project. The statue, located east of the MSU Dome on 11th Avenue, is composed of rebar and sits atop a large stone. The Alumni Board of Directors wanted to give something back to the university that would be lasting. It will be a great representation of valued time and experiences that they've had on campus. By accepting this challenge, their legacy will live on. The statue is located between the Dome and the Fitness Center, and I encourage everyone to go look and check it out. And so, Mariah, have you seen it?
I have seen it. It's like a beaver jumping out of a water dam, I think. Have you seen it, Jamie?
I have, and maybe that's what on top, like there's like something that's like almost out of place on the top of it, but I think it's water. Like now that you mention that.
Yeah, I think he's like diving into the water.
Beaver. But no, I like how artistic it is, but yet it is a beaver. You know, it's not,
I know,
it's
you gotta
not like
love
Picasso. But yeah, the revealing, it was a little getting a little windy. It was really windy today with my skirt just flying in the wind. I felt like a supermodel.
I know.
So I wonder what it's going to be like coming into this weekend, especially for the parade.
I know. Well,
who can we talk to about that?
I don't know, but we have Chris here, so maybe Chris can help us in the Weather Center. Can you tell me what I need to wear this weekend?
I think I might be able to help you out there. If you want to come with me to the Weather Center, I'll just get right on that.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right, so coming up this week, actually, before we get there, let's go to right now. We have 55 degrees right now. It feels like 55, so we're getting exactly what we're getting. Around 11 mile per hour winds, sunset starting around 7:38 and ending about 7:34, so you almost have an exact 12 hours there. Okay, so tonight we're going to have some overcasting clouds in pretty much the whole state, starting off around 75, 77 tonight in the Fargo, Grand Forks area. Then we have around Williston and 55, 53 on the west side over here. And then tomorrow we're going to actually have a lot more rain, actually. Tomorrow, as you can see, we're getting a lot of rain in Williston, Dickinson, Minot, Bismarck, like everything. Every single thing is covered here in rain. So bring out your coats tomorrow. But thankfully, that's going to start to subside tomorrow night. And at like Grand Forks, we have 48 degrees, 53, and there's definite rain there. But as we move further over, we have Williston, 38, 45, Minot, 42. And then Saturday is the day of the big game in Minot. And so in Minot, we have 63, 45 lows. And so that's going to be really nice for the day of all the festivities we have, parade and football and all sorts of things. And then that night, it's going to start to clear up again, even more so. But we're going to be in the 50s pretty much all across the board. And then on Sunday, we actually have about 70s, 60s, and then that should be about it for that upcoming here. And then as we move on forward, we have Monday with 73 degrees, low of 51, 65, and then we get into that mid-60s range from then on out. So, yeah.
So, well, thank you.
Bad.
We have something to look forward to. I mean, not freezing cold yet.
Right, we're definitely in fall weather. But
Yeah, 60s and then Monday is in 70s. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris.
No problem.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but we got a little present. Both of us, we got to be princesses. During the break, Tiffany gave us crowns so we can feel special too.
We're all princesses in this world.
Yes. So the way we end our show every week is with a song of the week.
So what exactly is the song of the week?
Well, the song of the week is a song that us as managers, we choose, managers of KMSU Channel 19, we choose a song to represent the week. KMSU Channel 19 is what you're watching right now. We go live at 5.
It's a local access channel, so I mean we have many outreaches out there, and then so we do PAs and with music under it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so our song
what's
of the
song of the week?
Oh, sorry. Our song of the week this week is by Green Day, Wake Me Up When September Ends. But this is the Holiday Rain remix.
Until next week, we'll see ya on MSU Inside Out.
Wake me up when September